What's up, you guys? So today I'm reacting to a video of a bride who the pastor left their wedding. Yes, that happened. So we will react, and if you guys want to see, stay tuned. Greetings! Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Kay and Kim, and this is Kay and Kim TV, where we do a bunch of shenanigans, i.e. today, where we're reacting. So like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share, because we're growing on this channel and you're the one making that happen, and we appreciate it. What's up, you guys? So today is the day I am reacting to the pastor leaving the wedding before he married the bride and groom, and this came from TikTok. So let's get into it and let's go.
The pastors have gone. It has to be the longest time it's taking me to do a story time. So I just decided that I'll just do it because there's never going to be a right time. So why did the pastors leave during my wedding? So during my counseling, after my counseling, they then told my husband that he's not allowed to have cornrows on his head. He usually do like mini braids or whatever. So they then said, oh, he's not going to have the mini braids. So we did eventually agree to do something like a Jericho, something like this on the hair. And we eventually tried. We actually did try to do that. But we discovered like a day to the wedding that this hair was too long and it wasn't going to be possible, right? They put everything together. So, you know, when they package something now, they'll package it and like, and at 6 a.m. on the morning of the wedding, when they kind of like loosened it, that okay, let's see the effect of this Jericho. Let's see what has come out of it. That was when we discovered that the thing just poured down. Like, it didn't even form anything. It was like, you know, when you put water or gel in a very full hair. Okay, for example, this is my hair. When you put gel on here and everything just falls. So my stylist was making my hair and we decided, okay, what's the best thing to do? We then had to contract my stylist to leave my hair to go make his own hair. We decided, what's the fastest thing we can do? 2 cornrows. It looks smart. It looks easy. There's no problem at all. He made 2 cornrows and I called my dad. I was like, okay, daddy, see you. This hair that you people don't want, we're just going to do 2 cornrows because this is what has happened. And I said, okay, yeah, fine. I've heard you. We go for the joining. We do the registry part, like you already saw. We signed the document. So it was time for church. And I didn't know, I'm like, wait, what's going on around here? Why have we not started this ceremony? Because we're already running late, why have we not started? Then I saw people throwing hands. I'm like, what's going on? My mom was throwing hands. I saw her, she called my husband aside. I just telling my husband, I couldn't hear because I was just in the car. And then she was throwing hands. And I could see my younger brother just going from one place to another. So let's just do it. My younger brother then comes to tell me that the pastors are refusing to go ahead with the ceremony because the groom has 2 cornrows on his head. And where I was sat, I was just like, you know what? I'm not even going to let this move me. I'm not going to bother. So for about 40 minutes to an hour, there was like a back and forth. Like my event planner was begging them, other people were begging them. The pastors, I mean, oh, they should come do the service, not come do the service, whatever. Eventually, my brother comes to tell me, oh, they already left. Michael, the pastors have gone. Someone has 2 cornrows on his head and they're like, they're not joining him. So they've gone, look at it. And I was just like, to be honest, I don't mind if they leave, because legally, we're married already. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect the pastors, but that's basically all that is needed if we're able to sign the legal document, which we have, right? So why is this a problem if somebody has cornrows on his head or not? Like, it doesn't even really matter. Like, this shouldn't even be a big deal. But they left. And then I think somebody from my husband's side is an ordained pastor, and then there was a Catholic priest, and then there was somebody else. And those guys went ahead to finalize to do the church ceremony. But in the end, like, I wasn't bothered, to be honest. Sometimes churches do the most. I'm not going to say more than that because I think I've had so much time to process it. I'm not even that angry anymore. But anytime I remember it, I'm angry all over again. But right now, I'm not even that angry anymore. Like, I could care less.
Okay, so I'm going to be devil's advocate on both sides, right? I'm going to be devil's advocate on both sides. And the reason why I am is because when I realized that I would be pissed. I'm not even playing with you guys. I would be pissed. This would piss me off as a person. So let's go to the pastor side first before I go to the bride side. So as the pastor of the church, I'm going to start with him. Yes, I told you beforehand, this is our rules and regulation. Your husband cannot come in cornrows, in hair that is tamed, and that type of mannerisms. I want to do your wedding, but if you want me to come in and do your wedding, you have to follow the rules or follow what we agreed upon at the beginning. Yes, mistakes do happen. And yes, you did only have 2 cornrows. But still, I came to you and I told you I will not be the person presiding over your wedding if these requirements is not met. So as a pastor, yes, this is a waste of my time to come here and do this because you guys are not ready. You guys didn't prepare. This should have been taken care of a long time ago. And I compromised by even letting him wear S curl. Okay. So yes, this is what I'm talking about. As a pastor, I want to make sure you guys are following the rules and regulation and my standards. One, they have rules and regulation. If it's in the Bible and it says that they're not allowed to have hair that is cornrowed or dreads or however, I would see me getting to the point where if this is the word of God, yes, I'm going to make sure I definitely put it in. But and you can quote me, your Bible thumpers can quote me. Show me in the Bible where it said man can't have hair that's braided or hair that is tamed in a way that defiles God. Because if you can't show me that, some of your rules and your regulations makes no sense to have in a church because you're God's people. So I'm looking at it like I would be, as a pastor, I would be upset if this is how it goes and that is how I'm dealing. And then I tell you from the forefront that I don't want this, and then you agree to it, and then all of a sudden, this is how I am. But then I thought about the bride. This might be her childhood pastor. This might be the church that she has attended and grew up in. And this might be the church that, hey, my parents, my grandparents, my siblings all are under, and they're all going to have you be the presiding person over their wedding. So I thought about that long and hard, and I said to myself, if you can show me where it says that in the Bible, where men are not allowed to have cornrows, however their hair is supposed to be, then perfecto. I will definitely follow the Bible because the Bible is inspired by God and it's the Word of God. But if you can't show me that, me and that pastor would have had to throw hands. Because no way I choose you to preside over my wedding, and in your arrogance in leaving my wedding with no compromise, no nothing. We did it your way. We wanted you to preside over our wedding. We wanted you to be a part of our happy day. And this is what you do. You just walked out. You just left. You just didn't get. You just it boggles the mind when you are a bride and you go through this. It boggles the mind. I'm looking at this situation like, what? Huh? ¿Qué? Because if he would have left, me and him would have been fighting. I wouldn't have been in the car. I'm sorry. I understand where I understand where you guys will come from on this. Like, she knew. Yeah, but you can't play God over your assembly. You can't play God over your church. If that say that in the Bible, show me. Show me proof that this is what you, not because they look feminine, not because you think it's gay, not because you think my boyfriend is some type of way, not because you're not picking on him. You're trying to dictate hair, clothes, knees. I've seen, and this is just me being real, in Nigeria, I've seen some pastors that won't even preside over the wedding if the bride has makeup on. What? Even a light makeup. I wouldn't even, I'm just going to be real with you. I wouldn't even let that pastor preside over my wedding if he got that much of restriction. My mom then would have been sad. Oh well. My dad would have been mad. Oh well, because at the end of the day, I'm marrying this person. I accepted this person. God has accepted this person. And because they have cornrows in their hair in a certain style, or they're wearing makeup, you personally won't accept them. And I don't even get it about the makeup thing, because Egyptian women, and this is what we're talking about, because you got to go back to Egypt, you got to go back to Israel, you got to go back. They wear makeup, they wear mascara, they wear black stuff and line their eyes even back then. So what's the problem? And everybody was there acting like that they understood the pastor's stance. I don't understand your stance. But I realized something. Maybe this was God giving you something else in the process of him leaving. And the reason why I understood this is because destiny is destiny. You had three other religious dignitaries in the building to marry you, in which you was already married. So maybe God didn't want him to be a part of your story. Because all I was thinking is, I would have gotten mad. Even if I am married to my husband, this is my big day. This put me in a anxiety, depression. All of this could happen on your day. I'm glad she didn't let it bother her. And she said she wasn't mad. Afterwards, she was mad. But anyway, I would have been upset. Me and this pastor would have been fighting. I'm sorry. We would have been fighting. I would have beat his butt. I would have, it would have took everything to take me off of this pastor for them to realize that I was a mad woman. Because no, you don't do that. You don't. You're not God. Your position is to serve the people. I remember hearing stories and reading and all of this in the Bible. Jesus hanged around with questionable people. So did Peter and Paul after Jesus was gone. What you're telling me is you are so high and mighty that you think you are above the church. That's it. That's it for me. You're above the church. As a pastor, you had no compromise. You had no understanding. You were you. You were doing you to the best of your ability, to the best of your knowledge. And it kind of pissed me off because this young lady, I mean, what if she didn't have an alternative for her wedding? Like, you just up and left like, oh, I'm leaving. No, he has cornrows. No, I'm not going to even argue with you. I'm leaving. And I'm glad you stayed by your stance, your standards, what your beliefs is. But how is that godly? I want my Bible thumper. Show me in the Bible where God said these things. You know, and y'all know I always tell a story. One of the things that I remember when I used to go to church, we could not wear pants. We couldn't wear pants. They made sure the women in the church couldn't wear pants to church. Could not wear pants to church. I was looking like, is that in the Bible? And then they showed me in the Bible where it says woman is supposed to look like women, men is supposed to look like men. When they all wore slack cloth, slack cloth to church, to the temple, to their religious ceremony, men have a problem with women wearing pants. And my pastor, when I was little, made sure to infringe that on all of the women in the church. He was determined that we supposed to look like women. And I asked, why can't I wear pants? And as a young child, that scarred me. Like, scarred me. Like, even now I'm telling the story, I'm triggered. And I love my pastor. But I know some of the men in the church couldn't wear my jeans. They were just too doggone tight. But I'm being honest. This right here, just made me more upset because now they are changing, not changing, but they are restricting women and men in the church based on their biblical beliefs. And that's not fair because they're not God. When I sat up here and I watched this bride, I was more hurt for her because what if they were already married? Let me be precise. But this is your special day. The day you choose to want to celebrate your love for the person you want to be with for the eternity of your life on earth. And for this man just to walk out with no consideration, none at all, is amazing to me. It is amazing that you can be that vicious, that mean, that nasty, that controlling, that narcissistic, because this is a nar for me. And that mannerism to want to do that to this bride, ruin her day, just because you believe men shouldn't wear cornrows or have their hair in a certain way. And I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I didn't. But you realize in life that some things you just have to take, I wouldn't even say with a grain of salt, with a pound of salt. And unfortunately, or fortunately, she was still able to get married in the mannerisms that her and her husband choose. Maybe it's because he represented a thug. I don't know, because she didn't go into details why the pastor said the cornrows were bad or why that he's worried about another male hair. She didn't say. But I do want you guys to understand that when it comes to compromise, be careful what you compromise on. Because your pastor is not God. So when you're sitting in those pulpits and you saying to yourself, oh, this is this and this is this, you can go to hell because of mistake. You can. That's why you're supposed to eat at the table with God, not with your pastor. He can feed you. He can give you proportions. But at the end of the day, you have to have your guidelines with God as your beliefs, not the beliefs the pastor give you. So when I saw this, I was upset. I was. That's another reason why I don't do religious content on my channel, because some people don't understand that you just can't play God. You don't make the rules. So this is my commentary on this bride and her husband. But if you have something different, please comment and leave it down below. I would like to hear it. I tried to be fair to the pastor because he did tell them beforehand, but I also realized that some pastors really take it out of content of the Bible to persuade their congregation that this is what they should be doing. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm not trying to, again, let me do a disclaimer, because you know people gonna be on my comments, those Bible thumpers. I'm a Bible thumper too, but I'm not an extreme Bible thumper. And when I say that, I don't say that to be critical of anybody that reads the Bible and know every voice. I say that because sometimes God will lead you in a direction that the Bible may not be able to show you. Because I'm pretty sure Satan knew every word of the Bible too. Food for thought. But that's my thoughts, you guys. I try not to be heavy, but I still was heavy, believe it or not. So leave a comment down below. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know how you feel. And we'll reply, because we're replying. Well, we try it. We're backed up, but we're going to get back on it. We do have a giveaway. In the description box, it will let you know what's going on with the giveaway. So you guys, read it do follow the instructions and enter the giveaway, because guess what? It's a holiday season and we do enjoy our K-Tribe. So thank you for coming to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share, because we appreciate you like always. Have a good day.